Our guest and Stan Musial have something in common. The item that they used in their professional career is very valuable and important to them. Also, it involves the Triple Crown. Find out on St. Louis in Tune.
I have a good Stan Musial.
Welcome to St. Louis in Tune, and thank you for joining us for fresh perspectives on issues and events with experts, community leaders, and everyday people who make a difference in shaping our society and world. I'm Arnold Stricker, along with co-host Mark Langston. Mark, you're looking very fit over there behind the console over there, Mark.
Yep, I've started my chair yoga, so I'm doing. I'm feeling.
How does that chair do yoga?
It's not as easy as you think.
I thought it was made out of wood. How do you bend it like that?
You don't. Oh, yeah. So you have piqued my interest because I'm a big Stan the Man guy. So I don't know. Yeah, you've piqued my interest on our guests that we have today.
Okay, good. I hope I've piqued the interest of our audience. We are glad that you've joined us today, folks. We want to thank our sponsor, Better Rate Mortgage, for their support of the show. You can listen to previous shows at stlintune.com, where you can also follow us. And we've got a thought to ponder here, Mark.
Okay.
We have a thought to ponder. And folks, I moved recently, and I've got all of my my printers not hooked up, so I'm doing everything electronically. Some people might say, well, why don't you always do it electronically?
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit more portable, and sometimes we do, the show in a variety of places other than the studio, and sometimes it doesn't work that way. But here's our thought to ponder. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know no way of judging of the future but by the past. Take a gander at who that may be.
Okay, a gander. Is a goose or gander? I don't know. Shakespeare. No.
Well, not bad guess. I will give you a hint. Give me liberty or give me death.
What do you think?
No, I'm not going to say. I know that saying. Is it not
Patrick Henry?
Oh, Patrick Henry.
There you go.
Oh,
okay.
my gosh.
I couldn't have told you that.
I have but one lamp by which my feet are
right.
guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know no way of judging of the future but by the past.
Okay, you've made us all feel dumb.
Yeah.
No. What happened to your history from your history
It
teacher?
only gets better from there, though, right?
Yeah, right.
And that other voice is the voice of Sandy Weltman. Sandy, welcome to St. Louis in Tune.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here, you guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sandy is, now I'm going to explain this linkage to Stan Musial, okay?
Okay.
Sandy plays harmonica. Stan Musial played harmonica. Stan used that in his kind of professional, shtick.
Shtick is right.
It wasn't his big shtick.
Yeah.
That was the bat, but it's Stanley's
literally the big
shtick.
Oh, that was good.
Okay. All right. So there we go. And also, Stan, I believe, was a Triple Crown winner. That's batting average, home runs, and RBIs.
Right.
Sandy, he plays banjo and harmonica and ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean he's going to get a statue in front of Busch Stadium?
No, but it is the Triple Crown of 3 instruments that don't make any money. So,
but you're having fun.
But you're having fun, right?
Yeah. Sandy, tell us a little bit about yourself, rather than me just expounding.
Yeah. Well, I grew up here in St. Louis. We all here went to U City, and I think when I was about 14, I got interested in music. I wanted to impress a girl at my school.
And we won't ask which one, Mark.
And don't ask me which one. but I will tell you, that I thought I needed to impress her, so I started learning the banjo. Wrong instrument to impress a girl.
That's right.
Just telling you right
That's
now.
right. It should have been a guitar.
Yeah. But
chicks love a guitar.
Yeah, they don't. Banjo wasn't the one.
What
but
is it?
I don't know what.
I
was
like a
thinking.
banjo myself. I think it's
Well, everybody loves.
Yeah.
It's a tough. Is that a tough instrument to play? A banjo?
You know, to get good at anything, it's always
Doesn't it have like a string that's halfway down the neck?
Yeah.
That's kind of
I
that's
think
kind of
somebody
different.
I don't know what they were thinking when they.
Yeah.
No, that's called a drone string. But there's different types of banjos. There's
Okay.
4-string, and that's a 5-string banjo, which is more of the country bluegrass stuff.
Okay, who knew?
Anyway, I never got the girl, but I did fall in love with the banjo. You know, so
Cool.
so that was a good thing, and I just had so much fun in high school playing that and skipping class. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not. He's not kidding at all.
So there's a lot of half truth there.
Kidding, but he's not kidding.
There was a little half truth there, but I just really enjoyed the banjo, and then from there I went to other string instruments, and you know, I ended up playing 4-string banjo on some riverboats and 5-string and some bluegrass stuff, and I learned bass and guitar, and then eventually I had some finger issues, and I had to give up banjo after many years, and picked up ukulele. And in between all that time, I picked up harmonica, and I was fortunate enough to study harmonica with one of the best harmonica players, if not the best in the world, a guy named Howard Levy, who used to play with Bela Fleck and the Flecktones.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I've been real fortunate to meet some great musicians that have inspired me and taken me in a lot of different directions.
Well, and you've gained some international recognition at harmonica competitions too. Also, don't hold back here.
Many years ago, I would do some competitions and things like that. Yeah, and we have actually an organization called SPA, the Society for the Preservation and Advancement of the Harmonica. It's a big international harmonica organization, and it's here in St. Louis this year. And it's usually here every maybe 3, 4, 5 years. And so I used to attend a lot of those conventions, and they used to have contests, and then there's world harmonica competitions, and I've entered some of those and did pretty well at a few of them. Yeah.
Now I know what musical competitions are like. What do you play on the harmonica? Do you play like Flight of the Bumblebee, or or Toccata and Fugue?
It's funny you should ask that. Oh, I heard that. That was good. Well, I like those sound effects.
That's the Pistachio Gallery.
I'm going to can. I was telling somebody I like their laughter. I'm going to can it, take with me to all my gigs.
There you go.
If I ever say anything funny, that I'll just press. There you go. There you go. Man, I love that. Oh wow. Anyway, what was the question? I totally forgot. I was really enjoying that applause, and I forgot what
you play. Flight of the Bumblebee on harmonica.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of music do you play?
So here's the thing. I love to play all kinds of music. Of course, when we think of the harmonica, originally it was designed to play German folk songs.
Really,
it was really kind of the modern day harmonica was first invented in Germany, and that's what they used it to play. And it's a really unbelievably interesting instrument, how it has evolved and how people have discovered different techniques on it. But then as it came to America and people sort of discovered some of these blues voicings on it that were pretty cool, and they developed that over the years. And nowadays, oh my gosh, when there's different types of harmonicas, but there's some amazing classical harmonica players and jazz players. And I like to play a lot of Jewish stuff, klezmer music on it also. And I like to play everything on it, to be honest with you.
Now there's different. I remember as a kid, we had it was a two-row harmonica, a little small one.
Right.
But there's bass harmonicas, and there's like triple rows.
Yeah. I should have brought it for you others but I'm actually having a few harmonicas repaired at the moment. But I use pretty good custom harmonicas. But there's a chromatic harmonica, which is kind of the kind that I know the audience can't see it, but I'll show you guys. It's a kind of
we have a camera over here.
Oh, you do have a camera.
Yeah.
There it is, and it's got a little push button slide.
Okay.
And this is kind of like Stevie Wonder plays.
Okay.
Kind of a that kind of inflection with that little button, right?
Cool.
And then there's the diatonic harmonicas, which are the 10-hole kind, and these are the kind that, like I said, you could. That's kind of how it was designed to be played. But then people came along and discovered that there's these things called bet notes, where you can make notes inflect down to other pitches. And
Wow.
so then this very simple folk instrument became a very emotive instrument, where you could then create all these different cool emotions. And for blues, obviously that was great.
Yeah.
And
So-
then there's a lot of music in between.
So blowing into one of the openings there, that's a 10.
This
hole?
is a 10-hole diatonic
So-
harmonica.
I'm just trying to think of the insides, what it looks like. Are you getting
Yeah,
a chord out of each single hole?
You're getting inside the harmonica are these little thin strips of metal called reeds,
Okay.
just like a reed on a clarinet or something. And there's one for blowing, and then in that same chamber there's one for a draw. So there's a little metal reed on top and one on the bottom,
Okay.
blow and draw. And here's the wackiest thing you've ever heard of. So if you blow into a certain hole and you shape your mouth and tongue just right and draw or blow a certain way, those two reeds interact physically and will create another note, or sometimes 2 or 3 other notes. And that's
Wow.
where we get these emotive bent notes.
Interesting.
And it was never designed to do that. It's a really fascinating instrument. Now that everybody's asleep, we done?
No.
I'm
That's the
amazed.
yeah,
I
I am
can't
too.
imagine blowing and
So here's an example. Can I show you guys a
Drawing,
Oh,
cool
absolutely,
example? So let me grab so here's that chromatic harmonica I was telling you about. So to get all the notes in music, like 12, we have 12 notes in music,
Mhm.
you would use a combination of blow and draw breaths,
Okay.
blowing out, breathing in, and then use this little button to get some of the missing notes, and you could get all 12 notes. That's 12 notes.
All right, chromatic scale.
Which is called the chromatic scale. Well, this harmonica is not designed to do that. Wait a minute. I just did it. I tricked you.
Oh.
So even though there's only 10 holes here, you can actually get 36, 37 notes by using a combination of all these techniques like bent notes and other overblows that weren't ever designed to be on this instrument.
Wow.
So it's
No wonder
a,
I could never play it.
it's a pretty fascinating instrument, the history and the evolution of how it's things people discovered and how they took it to different areas. And now it's just all kinds of great music is being played on it.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. It's a really cool instrument. Really cool instrument to learn all that stuff.
So you were playing, you were kind of gigging around town.
Yeah.
With banjo and then
Yeah.
ukulele and then finally harmonica. And now you are, you have a great website where you teach harmonica online.
Yeah. So I
Talk
work
about that one.
Yeah, I work for a big international teaching school called the Tomlin Harmonica School.
Mhm.
And a fellow named Tomlin, he lives in Scotland. He started it, and Tomlin Leckie. And I'm one of the instructors. I kind of create content, and I kind of grade people's performances. They'll post something, and then I'll do workshops on there. There's four of us instructors on there, but he's got I don't know, maybe 1,000 people on that school. It's one of the world's largest harmonica schools, and it's really a great place to learn, whether you're a very beginner, advanced, intermediate. We have so much fabulous information on there and tons of resources, and so I love doing that. It's I do it from home, and online learning. I mean, everything has changed so much,
Right.
And I still occasionally will teach a person somebody in person or online as well too.
So these are like Zoom lessons or something like
Well,
that?
what they are, there's a set of instructions, and you go at your own pace.
Okay.
But then you have instructor feedback,
Okay.
and then you'll get to interact with the instructor sometimes in a workshop, a live workshop as well. And there's just thousands of videos, and you can interact with. So it's got something for everybody, and so there's a little combination of all of that.
This is starting from basic no knowledge of music or
Complete-
no knowledge of the instrument?
No knowledge of anything,
Okay.
even no knowledge of how to make cereal, whatever it
Right.
is.
I got no knowledge.
Basically, in fact, we have a course. I put together a course on there for music theory, beginning music theory,
Yeah.
for the harmonica as it relates to that specifically. So you don't have to know anything, and it's really reasonable price as opposed to private instruction.
Oh, yeah.
But So I love doing that. And you know, the other thing I was doing up until the pandemic, I was teaching a lot in schools. I had a lot of school programs, and I did a number of shows at the Sheldon through a great organization called Springboard to Learning. Used to be called Young Audiences, and then I did a lot of other programs through the schools. And when the pandemic hit, guess what?
Yeah.
All that stopped.
Yeah.
And so I kind of shifted my own. I'd been doing that for years, and so I kind of took some time off, and just really kind of the last few years went into a lot of composing. I love to compose.
Okay.
Beats decomposing, you know, as they say,
Yeah.
right? You know.
Yeah, that's all right. Mark and I say, "Good to see you." I said, "Glad to be seen." You know?
Yeah, exactly. And so this year I'm kind of getting back out and starting to play again a little more.
So some of these songs we may hear here. This is Arnold Stricker with Mark Langston of St. Louis in Tune. We're talking to Sandy Weltman. Is this your latest CD release?
Yeah, but I haven't done anything in a while. It's
called Ukulele Nut House.
Yeah.
Ukulele Nut House. So did you write all these songs on here?
No, I wrote some of them.
Okay.
And I have another. I'm doing a whole Nut House series, and I haven't done the harmonica one yet. I do have some a harmonica jazz CD that I've done with Carol Beth True and some other great local musicians. But I have a klezmer Nut House. And klezmer, for those that aren't familiar with it, is kind of like a gypsy Jewish kind of a music, comes from Eastern Europe.
Right.
And I interpret a lot of those songs through the harmonica and the banjo. And it's a lot of great local musicians are on that one as well. And then I've got the Ukulele Nut House.
Okay.
So the only one left I need to do is the harmonica Nut House. So that's one of my projects. And
you're on Apple Music.
Yeah.
I also want to mention that Sandy's got a YouTube site, and you can check all these things. Go to sandyweltmanmusic.com, WELTMAN music.com, and you can find all about the Ukulele Nut House, the Banjo Nut House,
the Klezmer Nut
Nut
House. It
House.
has banjo on it,
okay.
And it's pretty nutty.
I love this. 101 harmonica licks.
Yes, that's just about to be released. Tomlin is releasing that is going to publish it, and then also put that on Amazon, I believe. And that was a book I did. I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago.
Okay, now let me ask you this. So you've got a book on harmonica licks. Is there pictures on, like, you put it this way, or you go into this? You know, you got to use this harmonica, and you have to blow in, or okay. You called it something else. I was calling it suck in.
We like to say harmonica players really suck. You know, that's
draw.
Draw. That's why we use draw.
This is a family show. Can we keep it that way?
Yeah, there's certain harmonica lingo that is
acceptable and not acceptable.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a lot of good harmonica jokes we can't tell here, I guess is what I'm saying.
No.
Oh, this is going to be great, Mark.
I don't know about that.
Anyway,
so how's this book work?
So
you open it up and you look.
Yeah.
So yeah, right.
Take harmonica out of box.
Right.
Kind of no. So that particular book is an ebook. It was originally an ebook.
Okay.
And it has harmonica tablature, which is like real easy to read harmonica music notation. And then I also include on that an MP3 of each lick, so you can kind of hear it, and then you see it written out. And
this is new to me. I've got 2 degrees in music, and it's the first time I've ever heard this harmonic tablature.
Oh, is that right?
I've never heard that.
So
what's that look like?
Well, you know, there's a lot of everybody uses their own harmonica tablature. And does it a little differently. It's really easy to read. It's basically the whole number, like whole 2.
Okay.
The way I do it, if you need a draw, you put a line under it. If you want to blow, you put a line over it.
Okay.
And then there's different things for draw bends and blow bends and other techniques over blows. But it's kind of that's the basic system. It doesn't include any rhythmic content,
right?
A quarter note or eighth note, whatever. Because honestly, most harmonica players that start out don't read music,
right?
So, but they want to learn harmonica, so that's why we include the the recording of it,
Mhm.
so that you can kind of hear how long.
But it's possible to go ahead and put like a time signature and put that tablature over the top of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, a lot of harmonica tablature will also include music notation
Okay.
over the top of that. And I also did a book. I also wrote a book called "Learn to Play Harmonica." I'll tell you. I'll tell you about this book. A company approached me. They saw some of my YouTube videos, and it was a company in England. I'm not going to name names. And they said, "Would you write a?" And they were pretty well established. They did lessons for different instruments,
Mhm.
and they were pretty established. They said, "Would you be interested in doing a harmonica book? We saw your YouTube videos." I said, "Sure." So I kind of had this idea. I'd seen, I looked through different harmonic instructions, and I was trying to do something a little different to bring to the table. And there was one book I saw by that was really funny. A guy did. The book wasn't good for harmonica, but it was really fun to read. And so I thought, I want to put a good book together, kind of for beginners, that's also funny and enjoyable. It's not just so dry.
Right.
So you were asking about diagrams. In that book, I put diagrams. In fact, my wife was the one that kind of stenciled out the diagrams and how to hold it and things like that. And then I told stories like based on analogies having to do with like Gilligan's Island or just silly things like that, just
Yeah.
to make it enjoyable. So here's the story behind it. That book I thought turned out great. They wanted to include a harmonica with the book.
Okay.
And whenever I've seen that, it's like it's the worst harmonica, and it's just real uninspiring.
Right.
So I said, I don't think that's a good idea. And they said, no, we need to do it. The marketing people said we need to include a harmonica. So they ended up picking up a really cheap company that put this harmonica in there that was literally unplayable.
Oh my gosh.
This was 10 years ago. And literally it wasn't even tuned to anything. So to this day, I still get people writing at me or mad at me because they can't use this harmonica. So anyway, be careful what you sign up for. That's the moral of this lesson,
That's interesting. Well, we're gonna talk about more about harmonicas and Sandy's illustrious career after this break. This is Arnold Stricker with Mark Langston of St. Louis in Tune. Don't go away. As strange as it may sound, at Better Rate Mortgage, we love talking to people about mortgages. Everyone in St. Louis promises a better mortgage rate, but what you really need to turn that perfect house into your dream home is a better mortgage. At Better Rate Mortgage, we open the door to so much more. So where are you in the home buying process? Researching? Maybe wondering how much you can afford? House hunting? Get a pre-approval from Better Rate Mortgage. Ready to buy? Our team is ready to make your mortgage process fast and easy. Whether you're purchasing your first home or taking cash out to make your dream home even dreamier, our door is open. Come on in and get started today. We'll show you how. Call Sean directly at 314-375-3293 or online at betterratemortgage.com. Remember, at Better Rate Mortgage, a better rate is just the beginning. betterratemortgage.com. NMLS ID 401335, an equal housing lender. The United States has a strong tradition of welcoming newcomers and refugees. The Welcome Corps is a new service opportunity for Americans inspired to welcome those seeking freedom and safety and in turn help strengthen their own communities. Welcome Corps is a public-private partnership that is inspired by what Americans represent to so many around the world, a beacon of hope and refuge. All it takes is a helping hand. Are you ready to learn more? Contact the International Institute of St. Louis at info@iistl.org or call 314-773-9090. That's info@iistl.org or call 314-773-9090. Yeah. It's Arnold Stricker with Mark Langston of St. Louis in Tune. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. We have Sandy Weltman here in studio. He's picking out his harmonica. He's going to do a performance for us.
Can I ask, before you go, last hour we were talking, you went from the banjo to the ukulele?
No, I went from the banjo. Well, so I played string instruments like banjo, bass, guitar.
And your fingers got bad? What happened?
About 12 years ago, I started getting some arthritis in a few of my fingers. Okay. So it was getting harder and harder to play the banjo using that style and everything. And so I kind of discovered the ukulele worked for me. And if I play it slowly, and I love arranging stuff on it, but in the meantime, when I was in my early 30s, I discovered this guy, Howard. I didn't discover him, but he became known to me, a guy named Howard Levy, who I loved his harmonica playing, and I was like very inspired by it. So I went and took some workshops with him and then studied with him.
Okay.
And I got really into the harmonica. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Mark, that shows you the skill and the level of professionalism that Sandy has when you can play certain instruments and go, okay, I don't really want to do this anymore because it's not where the performance should be. I'm going to take up this other instrument.
Right.
And to get to the level that he's at now,
Right.
that is
Love.
really focus.
Yeah.
That is real focus.
Love
So
it.
kudos to you, man.
Or insanity, one of the two.
Yeah, no, we
Either
wanted
way.
to be nice. We didn't want to say you're nuts.
I have the nut house. I am
By the
nut
way,
house.
he's got the ukulele nut house right here,
No,
folks. Get that CD.
I do have an old friend that did actually. He was learning. He was a fiddle player, and then he wanted to study jazz guitar at Webster University. And which hand I forgot. One hand started going really bad, so he switched to the opposite hand on both instruments. And he did that for a while, but and then that started going hand sorry. But he was an inspiration to me. Just people you've known from your past that like are so dedicated and tenacious with.
I would think playing like that would keep your fingers from getting arthritis just
I
by
think
the exercise.
I think it can
Slowed
do
it down.
can do either.
Right.
It can do either.
Okay.
You know, the overuse. A lot of musicians have had to deal with, especially violinists, people that arch their head or their hand or their arms a certain way. You know, I was having issues right here because of having my hand here. It was resting against the instrument, right here. I'm talking about my forearm, and so just doing anything that the same motion repetitively can affect your playing. You know, so you have to be careful about that.
Kind of like
stuff.
carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, when
Yeah.
you double tight
Exactly.
I had no idea. I never thought about that.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't had any lip arthritis yet, so I'm still going with that.
No,
I try and stretch my mouth.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
What are you going to play for us?
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I start by just playing a little blues, something or other,
Okay.
and I'll put some. I'll put some bends and overblows in there. You won't know what's happening.
No.
You won't know what they are.
Right.
But I'll just do it for.
He still doesn't know what's happening.
And this is the 10. This is the 10 hole
This is a
harmonica.
10-hole harmonica.
Try not
Yeah.
to tell him.
So-
anything.
It's not the one you can buy at
know what it
Walgreens.
is.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Those are very nice too.
Oh,
I mean, I
yeah.
don't know if the folks can see them on our YouTube channel, but boy, the harmonicas he's pulled out
Yeah.
of there,
Well-
they have to be expensive.
Well, the ones I get mine customized, and that's a whole nother topic we could get into at some point. But they're making a lot of harmonicas better now than they used to, and there's more companies and more competition, so that they've upped the game too.
That's
So
great.
That's good.
That is.
Why don't you guys help me out? Snap along. Give me a little groove going there. We'll see if these guys have rhythm. Yeah,
No.
sounds like they do.
Wow.
There you
Hurt
go.
me. Hurt me.
Little
Wow.
blues.
That's really good stuff.
And you only expect 10 notes,
Yeah,
maybe 12, and then all of a sudden we jumped an octave, then we jumped another octave.
You heard that, man. Did you hear that one note I did really high?
Yeah.
That's not on the harmonica.
Oh,
That's called an overdraw note. And so it's a note that, again, those two reeds the blow and the draw are interacting. If you shape your tongue just right, that note pops out.
Well, you get the harmonics.
You get the
Wow.
harmonics.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was bluesy style. When did you first kind of get in the blues?
Oh, I think I first got into that when I started learning harmonica, because up till then I was just like a bluegrassy kind of skinny Jewish kid,
Works
I
for
was
me.
I was the only bluegrass Jewish bluegrass banjo player on my block,
We're big at Temple.
So talk about all these styles that you play. You play a variety of styles,
Yeah,
and can you play that same, or what would you play in play that same thing in a classical style?
So that was I'm using an A harmonica.
Okay.
So all these harmonicas are tuned to a different one of 12 keys, right?
Okay.
But in order to play blues on an A harmonica, one of the things you want to do is play it in a different key to accentuate some of those bent notes. So
Right.
I was playing in the key of E on an A harmonica. I won't test you afterwards.
Right.
But so every time you change a style or a key, you get to embellish these bends in a different way. So I'll stay on this A harmonica.
Okay.
And I'll still play in the key of E. We call that cross harp. But I'm going to play a little different sounding type of music now.
Okay.
Play a little klezmer, Jewish music.
Okay.
Okay, so same harmonica, but now something that sounds a little different. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to use my little harmonica mute. This is a
harp wand.
it's a harp wand. It's just kind of mutes the harmonica and gives you a little wah 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 kind of
Oh,
sound.
cool.
So if
Never
I'm
seen
going to
it
do that just so I don't.
Wow.
I can kind of embellish these notes a little more.
Wow.
So that's again the same harmonica. It's not, but you can coax these bluesy kind of notes into a Jewish kind of a
Right.
feel to get this exotic sound.
Right.
Which is, to me, that's like so attractive, that kind of sound on the harmonica.
Yeah. So you're kind of playing different mode on a different harmonica. That's what you're doing.
Same harmonica.
Same harmonica. You're
Yeah.
playing a different mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's no limit to, one of the things when you start learning all these, people sort of look at the harmonic and they think, oh, that's a cute little 5-inch, 6-inch instrument. And, oh, that's great. That's cute. I'll play a few folk songs, maybe a bluesy song, and they stop there. But it's really when you get in and understand it, it's capable of everything that you can play on any other instrument. And when you explore that, then you find out, oh, that I can do that, but it's going to have a little different, unique sound to it.
Right.
So it's really a mindset to take this instrument to a new territory.
Matter of fact, when we were talking, go ahead. You were going to ask a question.
No, go ahead.
When we were talking and going back and forth, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if there's a concerto for harmonica and orchestra, and no doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
There are.
What?
Oh gosh, I'm going to say probably 24 composers, and many people will recognize this. These composers: Malcolm Arnold, Robert Russell Bennett, Norman Del Gioio, Alan Hovhaness. Let's see here.
I haven't heard of any of these people.
Oh, well, in the music world, you would know those people. Hector Villalobos.
Yeah, right.
And then there's Howard Levy's.
Howard, yeah, the guy. Yeah, he's written a concerto. I've actually written a few classical pieces. I don't have my music here, but I would play some. But I've written some, and I've worked on some Bach stuff. I actually have a cello, a harmonica cello. You know what that is?
No.
It's kind of like this. Let's see, where's all my heart?
You
It's
play
kind
it this way.
Yeah, yeah, right. You take a bow and you cross the holes.
But I've always wanted to see a cello march in marching band.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That would be good on wheels.
Yeah.
You take well, the one I have is kind of like this, a 12-hole chromatic harmonica, but it's tuned down in the range of a cello, so it's
Okay.
really low. So I've been working on some Bach cello suites with it, and it sounds really good. Except the reeds. Remember, we were talking about the reeds.
Right.
The reeds in there are really long, and because they vibrate at the length they're at, they can tend to be very buzzy.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have to play it with enough force, but not too much force to make them buzz. So it's a very delicate instrument to play.
Got to know
but
the sweet spot.
You got to know the sweet spot.
Now, as you're talking about that, it makes me think this goes back, and Mark, music people would know those composers and maybe some other people, but I was kind of maybe talking to music people. Those are musical.
I mean, I know a lot about music, I think.
Yeah, you do.
But I've never heard of these harmonica folks.
Yeah.
I've heard of a lot,
Well, and these are, I know them from playing band
Really? Okay, so
instrumental music.
they're well known in the.
Yeah.
What instrument do you play, Aaron?
Clarinet.
Oh, you play clarinet. I love clarinet. The old licorice stick.
Right, the old liquor stick.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
man.
When you were talking about the different harmonicas, is there like a quartet, a harmonica quartet? So you have a soprano, alto, tenor,
Absolutely.
bass?
Yeah, the old trios actually.
Okay.
They used to have. Well, now there are quartets and stuff, but the old harmonica trios was real common. And in the harmonica world, they're still common. But do you remember a group called the Harmonicats?
I remember the name.
They had a big hit, "Peg in My Heart." It was
Yeah.
Forgot how to play it. But anyway, that was usually done on a chromatic harmonica. But so they had a big hit with that in, what was it, 47, 48, something like that. And that kind of spurred on more groups doing that kind of stuff, So you have a bass harmonica, and then you have the chord harmonica, which is that big one. It's double tiered. It's like maybe, how wide am I? Maybe
2 feet.
Yeah, 2 to 3 feet maybe.
Wow.
And
That's a harmonica that big?
Yes, and it's
smokes.
double tiered, so there's 2 rows of it, and each little section is a chord.
I would love to see someone play that.
Oh, you guys should come. So come to the harmonica convention in August at the Westport Chalet, I think it's at, and it's for 5 days. You'll see all kinds of great stuff like that. Yeah,
A lot of performances. I guess.
tons, and workshops too. Tons. I'll be playing. I don't know which night I'm playing, but I'll be doing some workshops too. Yeah.
Now that sounds like fun.
It is.
Actually does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. You'll see some amazing performers. I mean,
bet. Oh,
yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. And then, so those harmonica trios, and then there are harmonica orchestras, and now there's so many different types of harmonicas now. People are making things and just pioneering this instrument like crazy. Yeah.
How do you play? So a double row, you're going to cut off one of the bottom rows, or
no, it's just like they're 2 completely different harmonicas, but they're on a little thing that you can flex each row. You can
so you go up or down like this when you're playing it?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. And so you can go to the top row or the bottom row, and then each of those rows is got little sections that are got a number of holes that produces a chord. So
Stan's got nothing on you with take me out to the ball game.
Crazy, I know.
I've got a Stan story.
Okay.
I mean, of course, everybody loves Stan Musial. What a great guy. And he loved the harmonica. He came out and saw me play a few times and
really?
talked a few times. Yeah.
Okay.
And so he was supposed to call me. He was supposed to somebody said he wanted to take some lessons with me. I said, "Oh man, I'd be honored," So he never called me about it, but I did get a call one day from a studio, and they said, "Hey Sandy, what are you doing today?" I said, "Nothing." I go, "Why?" He goes, "Well, we got Stan Musial down here, him and Mel Bay, and do you remember John Becker?"
No.
John was a really great tenor banjo player here in St. Louis.
Okay.
I think he worked at KSDK 5 also, and so John and Stan and Mel had a little group. John played banjo. Mel, I think, played guitar, and then Stan played harmonica. And they do just whatever Stan could do, basically.
Yeah.
And Stan was, how can I put this? He was not a great harmonica player, but he was Stan Musial.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So and he could, he could play simple songs.
He played other songs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But so for whatever reason, he called this producer called me and said, well, anyway, we got musical down here. I'm not sure he can get through all the tunes. We might need you, if you're free, to come down and play some, kind of ghost, So I said,
Right.
are you asking me to pinch hit for Stan Musial?
Wow, yeah, that's it. I love that.
And that was my best line I ever came up with.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway, so it never materialized. He got through.
Subbing for Stan Musial. Now Sandy Weltman.
No, Stan was going to lip sync it.
I was going to bring my 32-ounce harmonica.
Just going to lip draw it.
I was on the on deck circle, but I never got in the game.
That's okay. Never brought you up from AAA, bro.
That was my chance. I could have been somebody.
I know, yeah, you could have got the big bucks finally.
Yeah.
So what you want to do before you were 15 and wanted to chase this girl, and
Right,
you
right,
took up the banjo? Had you had any aspirations about a career?
No, not really. It was my dad was a Jewish wholesaler down in Washington. Sold dry goods and underwear and socks and all that stuff. So I was going to take over the business, of course. What else? And I worked for him for a while, and I'm like, the underwear business has a lot of ups and downs. Sorry.
No, that's good.
Wow.
I just wanted to
right in.
I just wanted to keep Mark busy over there.
Holy smokes. Get that horse out of here.
We're on Wash Avenue.
Oh, he had it was like between 14th and 12th Street. He had a number of different businesses to go to. And it was a great time. That was such a special time down in there. And we used to go watch all the Vail Profit parades, pass by from the storefront. And it was kind of, where the International Shoe Company, which is now
it was the last hotel.
Yeah, it was across from there. And that was such a cool area at that time. But not that it's not now. But anyway, so I never saw myself in that business. But my parents, I guess, were interested in having one of us kids go into that. And when I got, the banjo, I was like, this is fun, man. And I played it completely wrong for 2 years or so. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't doing the right hand banjo picking patterns correctly. And so I finally, I was having fun though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I finally went to what's the store in the Delmar Loop, Baton Music.
Oh, Baton Music.
Remember Baton?
Right.
I do. Wow.
And they had a banjo teacher there, and I took 2 or 3 lessons, and he got me going on the right path. And I'm like, man, now I get it,
Yeah.
And I never looked back, I guess.
No kidding. That's great. And to do a musical career, to play as a performer is really difficult.
Yeah,
Very difficult. How'd you land the gigs? Did you by just being heard, or was it kind of reaching out to other musicians that you were playing with at the time? Or
yes,
okay.
All of the above.
and then some. So I think most professional musicians at one time or another have to expand their horizons a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Teach,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's very few people, unless they're playing with the symphony or something like that, or don't also teach book side gigs, maybe work at a music store,
Mm-hmm.
things in the music industry,
Mm-hmm.
produce, record, engineer. I was interested in doing all of that, and it's all got a creative niche to it, and it all goes into final product of a good song or whatever,
So I guess your lungs are strong. You have to have strong lungs to play on?
I hope so. I
quit smoking finally.
I quit smoking. Yeah.
Did you?
I smoked in my 20s.
Oh, we all did.
Yeah. Did you smoke too?
Yeah, it was okay to do it then.
Yeah. It didn't hurt you then.
No. But everybody smoked. They had ashtrays everywhere.
Right. They did. Yeah.
TV.
Man, I'm so.
It was crazy.
How did you quit?
I took a freedom from smoking class from the National Lung Association. It was like a month-long class, and it taught me how to, what was going on, and you get out of the shower, you light a cigarette. You get on the highway, you light a cigarette. So we kind of learned what it was all about, and then finally got a buddy, and they had the buddy program.
No kidding.
It was quite a deal, and I quit. I mean, I was doing 2 packs a day.
Wow.
And
How old were you?
I was in my 30s.
Okay,
I think,
yeah,
when I
yeah.
finally quit. I still hack,
From that
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
yeah.
I know there's still things in me that I can tell are not, that has taken away from me.
Right.
Especially,
But you're better off.
I'm better off. But I'm pretty sensitive to when I'm having a day where I'm like, I don't quite have my full breath there.
Right.
I started playing harmonica. What was I, about 30, 31, and I was smoking up to that point. I was like, I just fell in love with this instrument, and that's what motivated me. And then I started swimming, and I was just like, I need to quit because I want to play this instrument. And in fact, well, going back to what you were saying, Arnold, about the things you have to do as a musician, here's what I did when I first started playing harmonica. The first few years, I was just so fascinated with this instrument. All those things I was telling you about with the bends and overblows,
but it wasn't a chick magnet, right?
It wasn't a chick magnet.
Okay,
not yet, but
later in life.
Yeah, that story will come later.
The 85-year-old chicks.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Oh my God.
I wasn't going to go there, but anyway.
Oh my God. Okay.
But so because when I got the harmonica, I wanted to play all the time. And it's pretty portable.
Oh yeah,
right. That's one of the other great things about it. So I took a job as a delivery driver for a photo lab, and I did that for 2 years. And I would practice all day in my car. I don't recommend this.
Driving with his knee.
I don't recommend this.
I know.
But I would practice all day in the car, and I never had an accident. I did a few times. I think twice. I was supposed to be like downtown at the Globe Democrat dropping something off, and I looked up and I'm in Chesterfield, and I'm like, where am I going? I had a few moments like that, but by and large, I really learned a lot in those 2 years because I was playing 12 hours a day, 8 hours, and then at home, too. So it was crazy. Yeah. It was crazy.
That's good.
But you do what you got to do, and where your passion is,
You do.
I know how that is. I do.
We're gonna take another quick break, and we'll be right back. We're gonna close this out. We're gonna ask Sandy to play one more song, and then we'll tell you what we're gonna do. What's on deck after that? This is Arnold Stricker with Mark Langston of St. Louis in Tune. Stay with us. Everyone in St. Louis promises a better mortgage rate, but what you really need to turn that perfect house into your dream home is a better mortgage. At Better Rate Mortgage, we open the door to so much more. Whether you're purchasing your first home or taking cash out to make your dream home even dreamier, our door is open. Come on in and get started today. We'll show you how. Call Sean directly at 314-375-3293 or online at betterratemortgage.com. Remember, at Better Rate Mortgage, a better rate is just the beginning. betterratemortgage.com. NMLS ID 40135, an equal housing lender. This is Arnold Stricker of St. Louis in Tune on behalf of the Dred Scott Heritage Foundation. In 1857, the Dred Scott decision was a major legal event and catalyst that contributed to the Civil War. The decision declared that Dred Scott could not be free because he was not a citizen. The 14th Amendment, also called the Dred Scott Amendment, granted citizenship to all born or naturalized here in our country and was intended to overturn the U.S. Supreme Court decision on July 9, 1868. The Dred Scott Heritage Foundation is requesting a commemorative stamp to be issued from the U.S. Postal Service to recognize and remember the heritage of this amendment by issuing a stamp with the likeness of the man Dred Scott. But we need your support and the support of thousands of people who would like to see this happen. To achieve this goal, we ask you to download, sign, and share the one-page petition with others. To find the petition, please go to dredscottlives.org and click on the Dred Scott Petition Drive on the right side of the page. On behalf of the Dred Scott Heritage Foundation, this has been Arnold Stricker of St. Louis in Tune. We are back, folks. This is Arnold Stricker with Mark Langston of St. Louis in Tune. Sandy Weltman has been with us, having a great time with Sandy, Mark, aren't we?
Yep, got to turn my microphone on. Yes.
Just a wonderful time. I just learned something off air that he referred to the harmonica as a...
Harmonica. Oh, you mean harmonica player?
No. The harp. He called it a harp.
Oh, the harp. I'm sorry. Yes.
And as opposed to the
string harp.
The string harp, right?
Oh, we call them harps.
Or the mouth harp.
Yeah. And then the Sandy referred to a harmonica player is a
harmonicist.
Ooh.
They dispense harmonicas.
Yeah, like a pharmacist.
Yeah,
And
a pharmacist.
sometimes drugs and harmonicas.
Yeah,
Wow.
harmonicist.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Harmonicist.
Wow. Okay.
Now, what are you going to play for us, Sandy?
I thought I'd end with a. This is a real pretty tune. I don't know. I learned this at a workshop. Somebody had dropped off this sheet music, and I just took it with me, and it ended up being a klezmer tune. But it was I think it was a Ukrainian tune,
Mm-hmm.
klezmer tune, and it's called the Ukrainian Etude. And I thought I love playing this with I have a pianist sometimes that I play this tune with, Beth Tuttle, who's another local musician around town here, and I love the melody here, and it's very poignant, kind of sad.
Mhm.
You know, I thought it's kind of appropriate with everything that's been going on in Ukraine
Right.
the last few years. So I like to play this every chance I get. I don't have any company right now, accompanist, but I'll just kind of do it solo.
Sounds great. Looking
All right.
forward to it.
All right, here it is. This is called the Ukrainian Etude. There you go.
So, folks, don't go thinking that simple kind of
Oh,
looking
no.
instruments
Mm.
are simple to play.
I
Mm.
picked it up, tried it, and put it down myself.
I did too.
I did. I'm like,
Oh,
I think as
I
kids, we
can't.
all
I
had
can't
a
do it
harmonica.
justice. I just didn't.
give me a holler. Give me a holler.
I would.
Seriously.
I think
Yeah,
it'd be
that's-
fun to have.
I think so too.
Yeah, sitting around Christmas time to Christmas music.
Oh, Christmas music's great on the harmonica.
I bet it is.
It's really fun.
I know. That's. I mean, that's what kind of what hit me. I went, yeah.
Yeah.
Could do Jingle Bells on the harmonica. I bet
Yes,
that's fun.
yes, that's a good one.
Yeah. See,
That's a good one. That was one of the first songs I learned. Probably.
Really?
is that a fact?
I think it was.
I'll
yeah.
be there. Yeah.
Like there's like simple harmonica songs, and then you kind of work your way up.
Yeah. Well, I thought, what's a good first song for a nice little Jewish boy? And
Jingle
Bells.
Of course. That's
You know.
it. Why not?
What else would come to my mind?
Yeah, that's right.
It has been an honor and pleasure to have you on the
Oh,
show.
It's been an honor and pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Mark, we worked on this for over a year, and you were moving the last time.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Yeah,
get
we
you.
moved.
Wow.
We got
Yeah.
moved. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had
Yeah.
our reunion
Yeah.
of sorts.
Yeah.
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 and we had kind of reconnected before that, and then set this up. So
Right. We're glad you came back.
Well,
Yes.
I have me on any other time, man. I love it.
and
That's
the-
great.
yeah,
We'll do a
the time-
ukulele next time.
The time just flew by. Really? I know. I
Yeah.
love stringed instruments.
Oh, they're great. Yeah.
Roy Clark was always my
Oh.
favorite.
yeah,
He was fabulous.
I don't think anybody could play like Roy Clark myself, but
I won a guitar from Roy Clark once.
no way.
I
Is that
really
right?
did.
Is
up
that
at remember Northwest Plaza?
yes.
Yeah.
And he was up there at I forgot the music store up there, and they were giving away a guitar, and Roy Clark was going to sign it, and it was a classical guitar. I put my name in the hat, and I won this guitar.
Did he sign it?
He signed it. Yeah.
Do you still have it?
I don't still.
What did you? What?
I know.
What
I
did you
know.
do with that?
I have no. It's just.
Shame on you.
I don't even want to talk about all the things I don't have anymore.
Wow.
I'd like to talk about things I want to get rid of.
Yeah. Right.
Really,
Exactly.
He could play any stringed instrument.
Oh, he
I
was
believe.
fabulous. Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, he
what
was
could do.
fabulous musician.
and
Yeah.
good at it. He
And
was
good entertainer. He was
Yeah.
entertainer of the year, I think. in
Is
the
that
times.
right? Wow. See, this guy's a wealth of
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
He
Glenn
knows it.
Campbell was another one.
Oh
Glenn, yeah.
He was a
And-
fabulous guitar player.
Yeah,
that was a
and
tough end on him.
what's Vince Gill?
Oh,
Vince
Vince
Gill.
Gill. I love Vince
Yeah.
Gill.
I've got a Vince Gill story too, but I'll tell you that. Save that for next
Have
time.
you ever
That's
gone
for
to a
the
Vince
next time
Gill
you're on.
show? Have you gone to a Vince Gill concert ever?
I never have, but I went to lunch with Vince Gill when he was 20 years old,
I loved. Yeah,
and I'll tell you that story some other time.
No,
Okay.
I've known Vince Gill when I was in country music.
Oh,
for-
that's right. Yeah.
So for a long time, and when he does a concert, after he gets done doing the show, the song that he's doing,
yeah.
he just jams for
Oh.
like 10 minutes after that, and he plays that guitar like crazy. Yeah.
He plays a number of instruments really well too.
Yes. Yes.
And he plays banjo.
Yeah.
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 He
Yeah.
played banjo.
Is it a long story? We have about 5 minutes.
Well, it was. It's a long story.
Is it?
Well, a friend of mine, a great musician here in town, Thane Bradford, who's a great bluegrass fiddle, mandolin, everything. He was going to audition for a group, a very famous bluegrass group in Louisville called the Bluegrass Alliance, and Vince Gill was in that group, and he was taking Vince Gill's place in this group. And if I get this right, I might be a little off on, but anyway, so we all went out to lunch. Vince Gill was 20 years old, just this star-studded, could sing like a bird, and played all his instruments at 20. And he might have been 19 actually. I
Right.
can't remember exactly, but we all went out and had stromboli sandwiches with him.
Stromboli.
That's what I remember.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah. His very
I'm
beginness.
sure he'd remember me.
His
you know,
very
yeah.
beginning.
Yes, he said,
Very
remember when
beginning.
we ate stromboli together?
Yeah.
You might be surprised. You might remember. He remembers quite a lot of things.
That's cool,
I mean, my recollection of
Yeah.
what he is. Yeah.
That's
He
cool.
remembers a lot of things. He might just remember.
Oh, that would be cool.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was great being on with you guys. And
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
said, thanks for having me.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
come
Yeah.
back.
Okay, will do.
Invitation doors always open.
Awesome.
Okay,
Right. Okay.
Mark, you have some. Is it like National Harmonica Day?
You know, I wish it were. Let me see if
Hmm.
I had something here.
I wonder if there. I'm sure there is.
There is, and I think there is.
Is that right?
I'm not real steeped
No, we
in that
should look that up.
information, but I think there is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I don't remember, but I will remind you again about the Tomlin Harmonica School.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to push that, and TOMLIN, and then also the SPA convention here in St. Louis in August.
And
Yeah.
and your website? What is your website? You have a website.
SandyWeltmanMusic.com.
You better spell it.
SandyWeltman music.com. And then I've got, hundreds of YouTube videos if you go to my YouTube channel.
And we'll post those on the podcast page.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fantastic
Yeah.
to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is National Harmonica Day is celebrated annually on April the 18th.
Oh, man. I should know that.
April the 18th.
Oh,
Right.
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you got, Mark?
Just real quick. Well, we only have a couple little. Let's see. National if pets had thumbs day.
Gosh.
That's all my cat needs is thumbs. World Wildlife Day is today.
Okay.
Canadian Bacon Day. Do you like Canadian bacon?
I love Canadian.
Oh,
bacon.
yeah.
Is that right? You
Yeah.
guys are all right.
Yeah.
International Irish Whiskey Day. Hello. Thank you very much.
I love Irish whiskey with bacon, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd have to read more about this one. Missouri Compromise Day. That would be.
Yeah.
It's Mother's Day in Georgia. National Cold Cuts Day.
Huh.
This is all today.
Wow.
National
figure.
Sportsman's Day. Peach Blossom Day. Navy Reserve's birthday today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's just a few of the many.
Okay. And a couple quick things. These are words that have floated over from England to from the island over here to the States. Here's the words: bonkers, snarky, cheers, bloody, dodgy, cheeky, gobsmacked.
Oh, that's good.
And my joke of the day here, since we're running out of time, this is breaking news. The CEO of IKEA has just been elected Prime Minister of Sweden. He should have his cabinet together by the end of the weekend.
I like that.
Or you could pay to have it put together. Right?
Oh. Well, that's all for this hour, folks. Thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, you can listen to additional shows at stlntune.com, where you can also follow us. Please do that. Thanks to Bob Berthasell for our theme music, our sponsor, Better Rate Mortgage, our guest, Sandy Weltman, and co-host Mark Langston. And we thank you for being a part of our community of curious minds. St. Louis in Tune is a production of Motif Media Group and the U.S. Radio Network. Remember to keep seeking, keep learning, walk worthy, and let your light shine. For St. Louis in Tune, I'm Arnold Stricker.